they couldn't communicate. Yeah, I mean, what was your kind of thoughts of that before you jump into about AJ specifically?
That he couldn't communicate. I think good introspective thoughts, if that came from him, because that could have been the girlfriend saying, "You don't communicate, I'm leaving you." So, but if he was the one that came to that conclusion, then good on him. But now that Kyra's now saying their communication is off, I don't know what. Yeah, so it's a bit odd. Like, you've raised it, but have you changed it? Like, acknowledgement is the first step, it's not the only step. So what are you now going to do with that information that your communication is off? Because yeah, do something with that information. So I don't know if he was bringing that up to show that he had understood a weakness or a flaw, but it's going to stay that way until you do something different about it. So that's all I can really say to that. But I think for me, Kyra was the one who got my attention, because Kyra's playing a game. Kyra, for me, okay, one thing I will say is the girl knows how to dress. Sis knows how to dress. She knows how to put it together. So let me give her that. But my issue with Kyra is the consistent moves that just don't, I don't want to say manipulation. I feel like sometimes we throw that around too much, but that's the vibe it's giving me. Like, ever since how she played our guy Christian, that was giving me, I'm not too happy with that. But then when she was announcing El Cheapo, El Cheapo, El Cheapo, and then she had the audacity to say to AJ, "You were in my top 3 from the beginning." I said, what? I said, hold on. You were going and doing your rounds and saying all this stuff about him, and now you're saying he was in your top. So I'm confused. Like, who are you playing? Are you playing us, the audience? Are you playing him? Are you playing yourself? Who's being played here? Because you then go and say that, what's his name? Jason is like a good safety backup for you. And then when Liz says she's had a good time with Jason, all of a sudden you want Jason again. I'm just like, what's going on? What is going on? Because for me, it seems like her only priority is winning, not necessarily love. Because maybe that's the only thing for me that can explain all the confusion. She's a beautiful girl, but is she here for the right reasons? Because for me, if Jason is safe for you and you're not really that interested, let him go. Let's not be those type of people where, because we have to have someone, we don't mind whether we're actually good for the person or not. I feel like we need to get to a space where we're like, do you know what? I'm not good for you, so I'm not going to take you because I can have you. I'd love to see us get to that place as people. But in any event, I know that Kyra was the one who was cheated on in the past. And so maybe safety is a real factor for her. Maybe this is why she's uncomfortable with AJ, because she doesn't want to take that kind of risk. You know, maybe he gives her like flashback to her ex type vibe. So who knows why safety is such a big thing? Because maybe she's saying it in a more innocent way than I'm interpreting. Maybe she's saying it more like, I want to go with a safe guy so I can have that peace of mind, rather than I've got a backup that I can, you know, but rather than like a manipulative way. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt with that. It could just be, you know, the cheating in the past that's making her think like this. But I just need her. I'm not feeling her personally, because I just feel like she's just all over the place, and she's a beautiful girl, and I just wish she was doing better personally.
Totally hear that. Totally hear that. Kenny, do you want to add?
No, not really. I think everything that needs to be said about Kyra has been said.
Cool. Smoke artist Onu, give us the smoke.
I guess we started touching it, but honestly, like with this episode, Kara's definitely giving me page 2.1 vibes. And like it just boils down to this date. I think we're getting into it, but like this week, the women were supposed to go after their number 2 they were supposed to sign off on their number 2 option. And so Kara signed off on this date. So we fast forward 3 years ago. These guys go out to some restaurant. There's this bill. Something was said. He didn't have the card. Whatever it is, he doesn't pay. At least some animosity. And for like the next 3 years, she's talking about him in the streets of Houston badly. And it's up until today or last week, this episode, where they get the redo date, but it's not on AJ's time, it's on Kara's time. And to me, again, this goes back down to the Paul George statement. You're asking AJ to play a big boy game, and this guy is disappointing you left and right. So now Kyra's like all ups in arms, like, hey, he took me to this restaurant, he apologized, he made me feel like good. All in all, to the point now she's like, you know what? I really like you. I want you in my, and you're now in my top 3. So to me, it's like, what happened these past 2.5 hours that you have to initiate with a guy who's treated you badly with no explanation for the past 3 years, that this is now the type of person that you want? To me, it's like, what's happened the past 3 years? Because Kyra has not evolved as a person. It seems like she's going after the same guy, the same bad boys or whatever, over and over again. Even if you try to save her, she's just going to go running back harder than ever. So what's the point? She did this to make herself look good, but if anything, AJ's going to look like the king out of this. And this is going to fuel him in the next couple of weeks, because now he has a vendetta to prove to all these women how upstanding a guy he's going to be. And Kyra, now you want to say she got her, I want to say revenge, but maybe she got her apology or she got your retribution for what? He hasn't done anything for him to deserve this. And if anything, Kyra is still attracted to bad boys. So what's the point? Like,
I'll just add real quick that for me, Kyra is just this game format. See, I even called it a game. The show format is perfect for her because she's a competitor. She likes to play games. And, quite honestly, maybe she came to that space because of the bad experiences that she's had in the relationships where she mentioned that cheating was going on. So maybe now, as a defense mechanism, she's fallen into the gamer role. And for me, she gives me like, I'm gonna get you before you get me energy. Like she's, you know what I'm saying? She's like, somebody's getting got, but it's gonna be you before it's me energy. And it's just, I'm like, sis, like you're never gonna win, really.
I get
what you lead with. So it doesn't make sense to me to come on a show and to do that. But yet again, the format of the show fits her style and Alexis's style to a T. It's perfect. She wants to be able to get to the end and just say, I won.